National income is the total monetary value of all final goods and services produced within a country over a specific period, usually one financial year. Combined with the net income each resident earned from abroad, it is a key indicator used to measure a nation's economic health, performance, and development. Measuring national income refers to the method used to calculate the total income generated within an economy in a year. National income includes concepts such as gross domestic product, gross national product, net national product, national income, personal income, disposable income, and per capita income. The measurement of national income can be divided into three main methods, which is output method, income method, and expenditure method. These approaches help ensure a clear and accurate picture of a country's total economic activity. The output method is calculate national income by adding the value of all final goods and services produced, avoiding double counting by excluding intermediate good. The income method sums all incomes earned by the factors of production, such as wages, rent, interest, and profits. Meanwhile, the expenditure methods measure national income by adding total spending on final goods and service, using the formula GDP equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M. Accurately measuring national income is important because it reflected a country's economic performance, help governments create effective policy, and allow comparison of living standards across countries. It also guides businesses and policymakers in planning for future growth and in identify areas that may need development or support.
What is GDP?
Tonight, Malaysia's economy grew 4.4% in the second quarter of 2025 from a year earlier and was unchanged from the first quarter. Now, Bank Negara said growth was driven by robust household spending and positive labour market conditions. On a quarter-on-quarter basis, the economy grew 2.1%, 3 times the pace of growth in the previous 3 months.
Is total market value of the goods and services produced by a country during a specific period of time.
GDP show how big and how healthy a country economy is.
What is the purpose of GDP?
Measure a country economic growth.
Compare the economy from year to year.
We are diving straight into the core mechanics of GDP. The most common way to calculate gross domestic product is the expenditure approach. So the formula is GDP equal to C plus I plus G plus X minus M. C is for consumption, all household spending on goods and services. This is the largest part of the economy. So I is for investment. Investment is the spending by businesses on things like new equipment and buildings. So G is for government spending. That is a public sector spending on goods and services. And for X minus M is the net export. That is the total value of export minus the total value of imports.
Difference between nominal GDP versus real GDP.
Nominal GDP is the total value of goods and services produced at the current market prices. Think of it as the raw, unadjusted number. It's useful for the short-term analysis or comparing the size of economies right now. Real GDP is the total value of goods and services produced at constant prices. This means it has been adjusted for inflation. By using a base year price, real GDP gives us the true picture of whether an economy is producing more stuff, making it the superior measure for tracking long-term economic growth.
Importance of GDP. Now, why is tracking GDP, specifically real GDP, so important? Because its movement tells us everything we need to know about the health of our economy. Increase in GDP, this means that the economy experiences economic growth. Typically, as a result, unemployment goes down. Furthermore, people are spending more money and feeling more confident about the future. So for a decrease in GDP, this indicates the economy is contracting. A contracting economy is usually seen by an increase in employment. In response, confidence in the economy decreases and people spend less, which can lead to a recessionary cycle.
concept of gross national product is the total value of final goods and services product within a country by factor or production owner by that country or by an approach within a year. For example, if you are Malaysia people that work in another country, the national income will calculate in Malaysia. If you work in Malaysia, the national income will calculate in Malaysia. We move to formula GNP. Is GNP equal GDP plus FNIA? I know that you are still confused about FNIA. Let's we explain about FIA. Is net factor income abroad is the difference between the value of factor income received from abroad and the value of factor income payment abroad. How to get an FIA is factor income received from abroad divide factor income payment to abroad, and then we can get the formula of GNP. They have the three main components in national income, for example GDP, GNI and NFIA. The relationship: if NFIA is positive, then GNI greater than GDP. If NFIA is negative, then GNI less than GDP. If NFIA is 0, then GNI equal GDP. The subcomponent is market price and factor price. Definition of market price is: definition of factor cost is, definition of subsidy is, and definition of indirect tax is. For the formula, market price equal factor price plus indirect tax minus subsidy. For the factor price equal market price minus indirect tax plus subsidy. The relationship between market price and factor price is: if indirect tax greater than subsidy, then market price greater than factor price. If indirect tax less than subsidy, then market price less than factor price. If indirect tax equal subsidy, then market price equal the factor price.
Next, I'm going to talk about Malaysian gross national product from year 2020 to 2024. From year 2020 to 2024, Malaysian gross national product shows a consistent upward trend. In year 2020, Malaysia's GNP was RM 1.33 trillion. However, in 2021, GNP increased to RM 1.37 trillion, which is have a rise of 2.818%. This growth was mainly driven by a 50.9% surge in export to West Asia, especially palm oil, metal products, and petroleum products. In year 2020, GNP rose to RM 1.48 trillion with an increase of 8.322%. This was actually supported by the stronger export, which especially E&E products, which grew 30% due to global semiconductor demand. In year 2023, Malaysia gross national product record RM 1.54 trillion and grew to RM 1.62 trillion in year 2024. The growth in both years was mainly driven by export of E&E products such as semiconductors, photosensitive devices, and electric accumulators. Besides that, Malaysian GNP per capita also showed a steady upward trend. In 2020, it was 41,065 ringgit and then increasing to 47,457 ringgit. It's actually reflecting continued improvement in income levels over the 5-year period.
Hey guys, for the next subtopic is limitation of GDP will be explained by me. First of all, GDP have some limitation and I will explain to you guys two major limitation in GDP. One major limitation of GDP is does not include underground economic activities. Underground economic activities is referred to activities that are unreported, illegal or hidden from the government. For example, when you buy something from the underground market such as drugs or anything else, it will avoid a tax, so this will not contribute to our GDP. Second major limitation of GDP is non-market production. Non-market production is referred to goods and services that are produced for private consumption. For example, people who grow their own food or manufacture their own electricity. These people doesn't need to pay anything else, so this not contribute to our GDP.